you I needed that shovel. How do I get it?
Yeah, you're right. But didn't you build Susie to lust after the flesh of men?
I did indeed.
Well, you could probably use that to your advantage.
That didn't help me. This is a stretch, but... I slide towards Susie, keeping my head low. Hey, kid, wanna see something cool? The plant hisses at me as I bring out a certain magazine. He goes silent and sees the sparkling muscles on the cover. Thank you. Garage door. I can accidentally leave this behind if I'm able to get closer to certain gardening equipment. He grabs the magazine in his jaws, opening up to a full spread image. He no longer pays me any mind. Yoink! I just sneak around the distracted Susie and grab the shovel. Alright, that works. So now that I have the shovel... Ah, dang it, you're here. I need to get rid of you, don't I? It's the outside of the church. Stop, you're making me blush, Dr. Frank. Well, I'm just visiting you to ask some questions. Oh, that's what they're calling it nowadays. He winks at me. So what is it you want to ask me? Never mind. I wait your turn. So, can I do this while he's standing here? I don't know if I can. Yeah, that's the thing. He's just can't step to get apart when I'm standing there. How do I get rid of him? Oh, I got an idea. I have an idea. I get the weed killer. And then I head in here. And then I use the weed killer on the flowers. Quickly dump all the powder on the roses, trying my hardest not to breathe into the dust. Vines, lion's manes, and other weeds start popping up immediately, covering up the roses that were there before. That'll do it. Now just to let this get Silvios away from the graves. So, Silvios, I saw a whole bunch of weeds in the church. They were in that little box with your roses. My flowers! He rushes off. And with that, I move to dig again when something strong grabs the end of my shovel. Oh, hi, it's you again.
Papa.
Boyfriend?
Me too.
He grabs the shovel and starts digging in the grave. Even with only a single hand, he puts to shame my own progress.
He wanted to come find you.
It digs. For some reason, I'm happy to see him. Oh, it's so cute! What a great boyfriend. Wait, did anyone see him?
Dr. Frank, you live in a nigh impenetrable mountain range. No one saw him.
Oh, good.
Ah.
It seemed that the monster had found something while digging. Ix walks over to pick up the severed arm that he had quickly reburied in the wee hours of the morning. Now, how did we get this on again? My assistant starts to hand me a stapler for the arm, but then pulls back after a second thought.
Are you sure about this, Dr. Frank?
But, come on, we have to get going. Give me the stapler.
I mean, you're doing all this to get back at Dominic, right?
Have you been paying attention? Taking my revenge on him and those stupid university types who...
Right. I think you're putting too much energy into this.
Too much? I reach out for the stapler, but he pulls back.
So, you get your revenge, and then what?
I reach out again, but he dodges me.
Dr. Frank, then what?
Then I'll be happy, and they'll recognize what amazing work I've done, and... Again, I reach for the stapler, but to no avail. This hunchback really knows how to move. Eggs, we don't have time for this!
When will you have time for this, Dr. Frank? I tried to ask you 2 days ago and a week before that, but you keep avoiding the question. What are you going to do now, after you take your revenge?
Well, then everyone will love me, and they'll accept me back into the university, and now it will be destroyed, that he'll have to leave the country. I don't think that's how it's gonna work, but thanks for that.
And what if that doesn't happen? Dr. Frank.
I don't know, Eggs. Now can you please give me the damn stapler? He hands it to me, and I take it without looking him in the eye.
Arm! Arm!
I quickly retach it as best to my abilities. You know, you probably could have sewn it on. I don't think a stapler would have worked, but whatever. It's your funeral. Now he's ready for the conference. And only a few minutes to spare until the presentation starts. Let's go. We arrived before Dominic's presentation, the conference brimming with people. To think that all of these people would have been looking upon my research, at me! If only things had been different. If only Susie hadn't had that one unfortunate encounter with Headmaster Aaron. If only that professor hadn't threatened to report my work to the Queen's men. I could have been up there. Now where is that asshole? Just then, the current presenter goes behind the curtains, and for a split second I see a certain brown-haired man I could never forget. That asshole. I charge off, pushing through the crowd, Iggs, and the monster on my heels. We make it back behind the stage just in the nick of time. You... He sees me and takes a step back.
Oh, wow. What are you doing here, Frankfurter?
What am I doing here? I'm here to take my revenge.
Dude, what?
You stole my research, everything I worked so hard for, and now you're presenting it to these people and...
What? Bro, can we talk about this later? I'm like 5 minutes away from doing this thing.
I feel you broke my heart.
Dude, are you still hung up about that?
Huh?
I mean, it was like, what, 2 weeks tops?
Well, F you. And now I have someone even better. I glanced behind me to present my new and better improved boyfriend, but he's still off in the crowds, him and Iggs fighting to slip behind the stage. I made an entirely new creature, a new life form. He's better than you. He's more handsome and more affectionate and listens to me when I speak. He's just 1,000,000 times better than you are in every way.
Cool. I'm going to go do my presentation now.
But aren't you intimidated? Speechless in how I've completely moved on from you, and you were nothing but a mistake.
Yeah, that's cool, bro. So, I'm gonna go do my presentation.
He turns to leave, but I follow on his heels. Your awesome research. Don't you mean my awesome research? You stole it from me. That's why I'm doing all this, you see, taking my revenge.
Yours? I mean, it's based on your research, but it's still my experiment. Don't worry, I cited you in the bibliography of the paper.
Suddenly, the crowd starts clapping, and a man pulls back the curtain, motioning for Dominic to go on to stage.
Look, I gotta go.
But that's my research! I rush to stop him from going out there, from claiming my research as his own. But just then, Mr. Frank. Oh, I turn around and to see it's Headmaster Aaron. I'm gonna give you a squeaky voice just 'cause I can.
What the hell are you doing here?
Eggs has finally caught up with the monster, both out of breath.
And what the hell is that?
He gestures towards the monster, who's just staring at his missing hand. You people, you fools, stand back! I did the impossible. I have an incredible experiment that will revolutionize the nature of humanity. I created the world's first artificial life form. And I'm going to go out there and change this loveless, cruel world. That means the man, he stole my research. My research, hear me? I'm not going to let any of you step all over me again.
Mr. Frank, Mr. Million is an esteemed member of our doctorate program, and any such claims of plagiarism are to be taken seriously. If you truly wish to pursue this further, and this isn't yet again another one of your outbursts, you can take this up with...
Just then, the crowd burst out sound from the other side of the curtains, and I turned to look. There's a bird flying around out there. Somehow he'd been able to reanimate it.
Gods help us.
All of a sudden, people start moving. The stagehands are running off, whispering amongst themselves.
Don't mention this creation you've brought with you to anyone, Mr. Frank.
What? But I'm here to present.
Would you shut up for once? The Queen herself is in attendance tonight.
Is she?
It's been all over the papers.
Ah! Suddenly a few armored guards rush past, shoving their way onto the stage where a bewildered Dominic stands. The headmaster pulls me back, further out of the sighted lines of the ominous-looking guardsmen.
Look, Mr. Frank, we've tolerated a lot of your shenanigans in the past, despite what we have told you multiple times regarding the legality of your work.
But what is invention in the face of...
Despite multiple warnings, you have continued to pursue illegal research, and now you have passed that same illegal research onto one of our students.
The guardsmen have begun to round up stagehands, lining them up next to Dominic, most likely to arrest him.
If you don't say anything, they won't arrest you too.
Two? Some yelling breaks up from the stage. It's Dominic yelling at the guardsmen. One of them pushes the other, and suddenly the three of them are fighting. Our eyes lock.
It's not mine. It's his.
He makes a lunge towards me, but one of the guardsmen hit him, and he falls to the ground.
I suggest you leave.
People have started to scream. What in the world is even going on in the audience?
Dr. Frank, we need to go.
But my revenge? Iggs grabs my hand and pulls me away. We make it out of town just in time. There are fires dotting the horizon in the direction of Hindenburg University. Oh dear.
We're lucky to have escaped, you know.
Ooh, butterfly.
The monster runs off to chase an insect.
So what now, Dr. Frank? Now that the university has realized the error of its ways and Dominic has been forced out of the country, and that everyone loves you and nothing bad will ever happen again.
I don't know, okay? I don't know what the hell I'm going to do now. The university will never accept now. I glanced toward the fires that had broken out in town. And that asshole, he didn't even...
Can I make a suggestion? Since you didn't say no. You've grown up in this town your whole life, right? The mansion was your grandmother's from when I remember.
So what?
So this is your hometown, and it's the only place you've ever lived. And maybe it would be good to get some perspective. I mean, everyone here knows that you're the weird guy who lives in a creepy mansion in the woods and is obsessed with illegal research.
You don't have to put it that way.
There's a program I know just over the border in Espington that specializes in plant regeneration. My boyfriend went to university there and mentioned it. I know it's not exactly the same exact research as what you've been doing, but you could probably find some use for it in your own experiments.
So what? Are you saying I should just, I don't know, go there instead?
Well, yes.
So I have to go to to a completely different country to even find a place that would recognize my genius?
Dr. Frank, I'm saying maybe it's time to get out of your house and stop obsessing over your revenge, over making other people like you. Not to mention that if you manage to blow up a laboratory building again, it would be much easier to avoid the repercussions if it happened in another country.
But the people of Espington are so stuffy and snotty and... watch your step.
Butterfly! Butterfly!
The monster comes charging over again, chasing a bug that is clearly not a butterfly. Just then, I realize that Silvios has followed the monster over to us. Oh, I see we meet again, Dr. Frank.
Can we help you with anything?
Papa! Butterfly! Pretty!
Oh, I just happened to see your cute child here running through the church grounds. I was a bit worried about him falling into a ditch or in one of the unearthed graves. I haven't a clue as to where they came from. Yeah, that. And also, I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but were you discussing Espington?
Oh, yeah, we were.
I'm actually from Espington originally, in fact. If there's anything you need to know, I would love to help.
That's very generous of you, but it was just a thought. I'm not sure if Dr. Frank is even going to move there.
Yes, I would love to know. Please tell me everything. Very well, feel free to ask anything, Dr. Frank.
Butterfly! Pretty!
The monster shoves a dead insect into my face. At a later time, of course.
We ought to get back at the house.
Right. Wave goodbye to Silvios as we head back up the mountain. 2 months later. Ask me that question again.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Having cracked the code of animal regeneration and about to be entering clinical trials on testing on humans.
Maybe you should leave out the human experimentation part, Dr. Frank. But otherwise great. I think you're ready to go.
Do I look okay?
Maybe put more gel on your hair. There's no way that's going to stay down for the whole trip over there.
But I already used the whole jar. Oh.
Maybe try not to touch it then.
Sure enough, moments later my hair reverts back to its original form. So much for that.
Don't worry about your hair, Dr. Frank. I'm sure you'll do fine.
Yes, if you say so.
Are you ready to go? I think Silvius will be here in a few minutes. He's helping you cross the border, right? Dr. Frank? You seemed kind of out of it there for a second.
I don't know.
Still feeling apprehensive?
I'm just making a fool of myself. Or they already know who I am and are just going to reject me anyway.
It would be pretty cool to invite someone to an interview if you know they're just going to reject them. You're just going to reject them anyway. And even if that was the case, that would say more about them than you, right?
If you say so. I don't know. I keep thinking maybe it'd be better to just stay home and work on experiments. It just feels so weird to be doing this.
Why?
Because, I mean, I don't normally do this, you know? It's dumb. I'm sure I look dumb to other people. I have better things to do than dress up fancy and have people with inferior intellects tell me what to think.
What did we say about your manners?
Oh, sorry. It won't come out in the interview.
Good. Just give it a try. What's the worst that could happen?
I suppose. I take a deep breath. Yeah, at least I can gain some intel as to the Espington scientific process while I'm over there.
And you won't be alone either. I'm sure Sylvios can help you get to where you need to be.
Suddenly, there's a knock on the front door.
Visitor! Visitor!
Mom still don't open that.
Too late, he's already rushing off to open the door.
Well, at least we know who's at the door this time. Are you ready, Dr. Frank?
I happen to glance at my reflection in the mirror. I set my face into a determined look. It's something to try, if nothing else, a way to waste time. But I have no idea what's going to happen. Maybe something well, maybe not. And although I don't want to admit eggs, the act of having something to do besides trying to impress the university that had turned its back on me felt like a breath of fresh air. I smile, ready as I'll ever be. The end. Huh. Well, that happened. Ah, look, we haven't found the secret ending yet. Do you want a hint? Yes, please. Find a use for that gigantic dictionary in Dr. Frank's study. Then, with the information you gain from that, make sure to ask some questions to a certain someone. You'll only be able to ask them this specific question in the second half of the game, after the monster boyfriend's arm has been ripped off. And yet, another prerequisite for this ending is that you need to have asked this person something about the church that Dr. Franks found suspicious. Good luck! Ah, okay, so there is still one other ending I must work towards getting. I was wondering about that dictionary, but thank you for the hints nonetheless. Very well then. We'll be trying to get that secret ending, which I'm hoping means we get to finally connect with Sylvios in the next episode. But for now, this is StarPrincessHLC saying thank you very much for watching, and have a fond farewell.